Hi guys, I am Liutauras. I am Ayurvedic practitioner, and today I'm going to talk about Ayurvedic breakfast, about breakfast, healthy breakfast itself. Why is about the breakfast? Because this is a beginning of the day, so that's why it's very important. And I try to tell you, I'm gonna tell you something very important you never heard of before. The important thing is that many people, most of the people, think that the following calories, finding best proteins in the food, vitamins, all sorts of nutritions are the most important in our meal. But the question stands out itself. If you look around, question just yourself. Why then so many people still fighting with obesity, with bad digestion, all sorts of disease? And according Ayurveda, these are the first steps for healthy life, for the beginning of the day, for healthy life. And this is important, the character of the food, the energy the food had itself. For example, if if you ask yourself a question, you all know what is unhealthy. Most of the people know what is unhealthy. For example, we know that a lot of sugar in the second half of the day is really unhealthy, but we're still reaching for something what is unhealthy. And the question is why? Why are we eating so often fast snack, so much rubbish, during the day, even knowing, that's not good for us? And the answer is what we desire to eat is not depends on our desirability, not what we desire. It depends on our mental status of our mind, on our emotions. According to our emotions, according to our senses, there are 6 flavors to satisfy us. First is sweet, second salty, then goes bitter, then goes sour, then goes acerbic, and binding. If these are if these flavors are presented in proportional way, if these 6 flavors are presented in balanced condition, then the food us gives happiness and health. Because at the present moment, according to our bad behavior, we've got addicted to the wrong food. That's what brings us the problem. For example, people who tend to be lazy, I'm not trying to abuse anyone, just everyone takes individually. Just I'm giving as example. People who used to be lazy, who tend to be lazy, they like a lot of sugar, especially in the second half of the day. And what sugar does? Excessive amount of sugar, especially in the second half of the day, reduces immune system, reduces metabolism. It's very bad for the liver. It's bad for eyesight. Second example. For example, person tasting a grief during the day. He is looking for bitter taste, like mustard, brown bread, coffee, black chocolate. All this gives a chronic disease in the blood system, in the bones. And the pessimistic, for example, people, they're looking for something sour. And excessive sour, it's very bad again for the blood, for the lungs, for the heart, for the joints. And I can carry on even more. The one who is not able to work in condition of happiness. The person who does not understand his life point at all. He is looking for salty food. And we probably all know excessive amount of salt brings again us certain problems, like joint problems, like vessels for all organism, blood pressure, so all sorts of disease. Stubborn, energetic people likes biting taste. Such food leads to disease of hormonal bodies. backbone, joints. Addiction to the spicy food brings in short temper, in chronic disease of the blood, again joints, pancreas, stomach, genitals, and increases inflammatory procedure in all the body. People who finds a lot of aggression in this world, who acts aggressively, who finds a lot of negativity, who acts brutally, normally they are attached to the food like meat, fish, spices like onions, garlic, and that's meat basically, and fish is the source of one of the sources, I would say, for negative energy, which needs to be replaced once we waste it. And that brings a lot of sort of disease, a lot of problems. According to Ayurveda, if we have make someone suffer for us to make happy for a very short period, what I mean, we have to kill someone to use in our food. There is no way of happiness, there is no way of being healthy. Basically, again, this is the statement from the oldest Asian knowledge. So obviously choice is behind you. No one can force anyone. Because like these spices, that's the character, like onion. That's again Ayurveda says. You never ever can overcome the character of these spices, like onion, garlic. Garlic. Nobody eats garlic even in the garden. It's very good medicine. If that is used as a medicine, it's very good, but not on daily basis. Basically, for example, like garlic, is good for even for flu, for high fever, for basically it improves your immune system, but not once it's used every day. It's something like if you visit the doctor and he prescribes you some sort of strong antibiotics, and then you drink for short period, for 10 days, for a week, it helps you. It helps a lot immediately. But if you just think of drinking that for a couple of months, for a year, obviously those antibiotics, first of all, they start killing you, and another thing, they're not gonna help you anymore. You need something stronger than that. That's the way the garlic works also. I know it's, again, my sound for you very unusual, but that's the way it is. So, how can we stop serving our bad behavior? How can we make some changes? That's why we have to start from the morning. According to Ayurveda, it's very important not only eat the right products, but also on the right time. For example, fruits, only the fruits supposed to be eaten early in the morning. Also, you can add some nuts. Um, no porridge. Sorry, even who people who used to eat porridge early in the morning. No, that's not according to Ayurveda. That's if you want to be unhealthy, I can explain why. Because porridge, any sort of grains, they are very hard to digest. They're supposed to be eaten in the middle of the day. That's if you want to be healthy. If you want to be healthy, you're supposed to be eating fruits. You can use sour cream, you can use even single cream. In the morning, these products are good for you. You can use sugar, you can add. For example, my breakfast, I've got another video. I chop up the fruits, any fruits you like, and add some cream, some oil for better digestion, and some spices. Today video, I'm going to talk about 4 spices, spices of goodness, spices which can help us to change our character, who can bring us positive thinking, who can give us the health. And the start is, I will start with the nutmeg. This is the king of the spices. First of all, it completely fits for the any fruits. I mean, I'm just thinking any fruits you can use with the spice. You can also drink, you can use this spice not only with the fruits, but also can make a tea, you know, if you ground it, because that's like a nuts. You have to ground it, then just to add small amount to the tea. And what does the nutmeg do for you? Actually, it improves memory. So it lowers cholesterol. It improves all blood pressure. Basically, it helps your blood system to run smoothly. Obviously, in this way, it improves your blood pressure. It boosts you up. It improves your digestion. It's it's like it works like antiseptic because it's very strong spice. You have to use very little amount of that. It's very relaxing. That's why it's really one of the good spices. It has more of those good characters. Basically, it used to be before. It used to be very expensive, inaccessible only for the very rich people, queens, kings, and whatever. Not now. Now full shelves of that spice and nobody using because people don't know how to use and where to use. So that was the number one. Okay, the number two is probably most of you know is the cinnamon. It's very good spice. Obviously you can meet that spice in the various cakes basically, but also this is the spice you can add to the fruits. It fits to any sort of fruits, to fruit salad I mean. And also you can have a tea, obviously if you like it, you know. I hope I'm gonna talk today about four of these spices, and even if one of those spices okay for you, so you are a very lucky person. Because like cinnamon, it also boosts you up. It's quite relaxing. It improves your blood pressure. It also works like antiseptic. Also good for memory. And good for muscles and cleans your blood system. So that's what is about the cinnamon. The third spice are cloves. How to pronounce properly cloves. Basically also very popular in bakery, in some sweet products. Cloves also are very relaxing spice and very energizing. It's again boosts you up. Why I'm talking about these spices? Because any of these spices somehow fits little before replacing strong tea or strong coffee, you know, especially if you try to reduce your dose of coffee, you know. It's like coffee, it boosts you up, but then it takes your energy back, you know. I mean, later on you have to pay what you've been using during the day. And that's not necessary because it gives you constant tension. The more you drink, the more stressful you are, the more stressful you become, the more short-tempered. So the gloves first of all, they really good for the taking away the pain. Any sort of pain, because as I mentioned, they're very relaxing. They very, you know, they have a lot of positive effects in your body. Again, it improves your memory. It's quite taste is quite bitter. All of these spices are a little bit bitter, but once they are used in small amounts, they're fine. Especially with the sugar, with the fruit salad, or with the tea. You know, it's nice. You won't feel anything, any bitter taste or something. As long as you like the smell, that's the way to testing these spices. If you like the smell, that means they are fit for you. There is a different ways to test how it fits to you, but this is one of the most simple ways to test. Basically, to smell that, also you have to close your right side of the nose and just try to smell with the left one. So that's what it gives you real character of that what you're going to use. What else about the gloves is improving also digestion. Again, cleans your blood. And probably that's enough. I don't know. I can carry on probably, but I need to just remind myself. I'm talking just like that. So the last spice I want to tell you is it's called cardamom. It's big green grains. It tastes very nice if you like, obviously. And the cardamom again, it's improving your digestion, improving not only digestion, improving your metabolism, improving your blood circulation, because this is the spice. It cools you down natural way, taking away the pain. If you have any sort of pains or anything, you can use, for example, cardamom oil and to make a bath for yourself. It will be very, very useful. So these are the 4 spices for using early in the morning. And obviously they gives you certain character. They gives you certain character, as I mentioned before, for the happiness. I know for some people it might sound very strange to you to to eat fruits early in the morning. Why I'm saying this? Because that was unusual for me. What I used to do before, I used to wake up, have a cup of tea with something sweet, sweet nice cake or something, have a cigarette. By the way, I gave up the smoking because natural living, natural way, it helps you give up all sort of addicts, not only the food addicts. Just I'm starting with the food addicts. There is no way to talk about giving up smoking for long time if you cannot manage with the food intake, because those are the drugs, the more serious. If you can control what you're eating, how can you control what is your mind asking with such a strong demand? Basically, one more recipe I want to give you. If you buy some red juice drink, not drink, basically the juice, and you just boil that almost to the boiling level, and you add all these spices, and you drink early in the morning, that will be fantastic. That's really replace your cup of coffee, because those addicts are very strong and it's not easy to fight. But once you start using this way, because what I am saying is all according to Ayurveda. For example, Ayurveda says you can use sugar, honey, anything sweet in the first part of the day, basically up to the lunch time. If you use the same products in second half of the day, they brings you a lot of problems. Sugar, same fruits, same honey, and any like fat products I mentioned before, like sour cream, like single cream. I know for some people it's very unusual. Like I'm suggesting and offering to use sour cream, which is very fat. But this is the natural fat we need for our body. There is some certain organs they're asking for this fat. For example, lungs cannot function properly if we're not having enough fat. These days people used to drink a lot of skimmed milk, which is not good also. To digest milk properly, you need full fat milk. And obviously, I want to mention, you know, you can stick to any diets. These days is so many of them. But you can force up to certain time, up to certain limit yourself. Once you stop, it all comes back. And that's not natural way to live. For example, eating something you really don't like fruits. I know it's for some people even don't like the fruits. Many of my colleagues, they don't like the fruits. Not the colleagues really, the people I know. And there is nothing you can do if you're not gonna choose to try. Once you give a try, just try for a week, try for a couple of days, and you will see you will like it. And once you like it, it becomes easy. I'm going to make, if you like this video, just let me know. Any questions about this video, just ask me. Because then I make another video about like regime of the day. We have to keep according to the certain of time. Because there is not only law of the land, there is law of the highest powers. I don't know how, who, what to believe, it doesn't matter, but the law still applies. Basically, once you're having a breakfast, I really advise you to think about something positive. Do not think, if you are a student, do not think about your studies. Do not think about if you're working. Do not think about your work, especially if the work is unpleasant to you. Try to think once you're eating. Try to think about something really positive. Just try to send happiness to someone you really love. To really, I believe everyone have someone, to love, and this is the best way, eating the fruits, because that's the energy we're eating. If we eat with the love, with the respect, you know we become different, and people start to respect us more. It's probably not easy way, but that's the way it is. Okay, thanks you for watching. If you like it, as I mentioned before, just ask me the questions. Thank you. Bye bye.